My name is Laura, and I've been producing for about 10 months to a year. I've never had proper, schooling. I've never taken proper classes. So this was very new for me and very exciting. What I liked the most about the class was the fact that it was an entire group and the system or the platform pushed us to be there for each other. So we created like a sense of community, and that just seeing other people's creative process and struggles while making music gave me as a creative person and me in my own creative process, it gave me more context and it allowed me to understand my very own creative process. So that was fascinating, and it was just so nice and so great to be able to get feedback from other people and to listen to other people's like, oh, this is version 1 and this is version 2. So that was great. That was fascinating. What I learned, so many things about myself and about the fact that I can push myself to a limit, that I can finish a track. I learned that I'm able to finish 3 tracks in a month. They might not be the perfect tracks, however, they're finished. I feel that so many producers out there start tracks, but it's just so hard for people to finish them. And we were giving the tools to understand the structure of a song and how to work with the tools that we have in hand to really make it happen. So that was great. And then obviously there were so many things that Andrew explained that were not unknown, but like were just really difficult for me to understand, because there's just so much information out there that just seeing someone in an entire video produce something from A to Z, and just hearing him, just his thoughts around like, why is he coming up with this idea, why is he using this filter for that effect, it just makes so much more sense when you were creating yourself. What the projects were like? Well, I love the fact that there were 3 different projects, 3 different completely different songs, from like creating something from like the samples or like the synths that are on Ableton, to like doing something with like samples that you like put together and you record. I never in my entire life imagined that I could create a song only from samples that I recorded. Mind blowing. And then the third one, the singer-songwriter track, this is something that I never imagined that I could have done. So the diversity of every project was incredible. I felt that we were really pushed to our limits. The 30-day structure was tough. You really had to like go for it and push yourself on a daily basis and just be committed to the project. And that, besides the fact that I was able to finish tracks, I was able to put myself in a flow, in a creative flow that I had never reached in the past, because I was not pushing myself to that limit. I would just like produce for an hour and then just like let it go. But now there were like clear deadlines that we had to meet, and there's not like a whole community of other students that are performing and are like sending their final product. So just having that deadline and that expectation from yourself and from the rest of the group really allowed for me to get into this creative flow where I had never been before. I would recommend this class to people like me. I've started producing, it's been a year more or less. I feel somewhat, knowledgeable of Ableton or of music theory, but I'm not there yet. So this really took my skills to the next level, where I'm able to produce something by myself, knowing that I'm in the right direction, that my creative process is going in the right direction. But also people who've got no idea about Ableton, I feel that everything was explained in a way that we all sort of like, not knowing what Ableton was or not knowing what tools we were using, we could understand. We could understand a microphone, we could understand speakers. So the basics were covered too. And also people who are way like better at production, just the learning from each other and the different projects really allowed for people to really master different skills. Why is this different than other classes? I feel that you had to share your project, you had to share everything that you had done, and you had to give feedback to other people. So, like building the community, something that I had not experienced in the past. Anything else? I would love to do this again.